In our daily life, we all understand everything that we have to do. When we get home, we have to prepare a meal, we have to take a shower, we have to go to sleep, we have to have our kids ready for school, we have to take care of the things in the homestead. We know exactly what we have to do. And a lot of times, I would say more than none, we work with our neighbors in order to have that relationship. And we create that relationship by working together all the time. Very rare there is a confrontation with your neighbor, the same one that you work on the regular basics. However, when you leave that environment that you go to work, you 8 to 5, you are now dealing with people that really don't live around you. The majority of people live 2, 5, up to 20 miles away, even more sometimes. Why I'm saying this is because the majority of people that you work with, they're just work acquaintances. You don't know them. Therefore, you have a relationship as a work relationship. You get along with them because you have to, not because you want to, but because you have to. And at times, there are arguments that you rarely see happen with your neighbor that you work on a daily basis. The neighbor that you knock on his door and say, "Hey, neighbor, do you mind if I borrow your plow because I need to remove some snow?" Or the neighbor that sees your driveway full of snow, and just because he is, snow blowing his driveway, decides to do yours as well because it's the right neighborly thing to do. There is that relationship. At work, that 8 to 5, well, it's a little different. There is that competition. And the reason is because, well, those who work with you, the majority of time, they want the position that you probably have because they want to put themselves up in the company. I am saying this because what I shared with you at the very beginning of this video, made me think quite a bit. Your neighbor probably has a different background than you. You have a different background from your neighbor. But you two still get along. You two work together. There's no fighting. There's no bickering or anything like that. You guys get along. At work, there is this getting along, but bickering. And what they call office gossip. There's always that in a work environment when you have a lot of people. And that usually happens because there are folks in the background who will shake things up. It will shake things up because whether they like to see people divided or because they are in a position of power and they rather to have everybody divided. That way they can control them. There is a saying in management, divide and conquer. If you have everybody together, unionize, with a single goal, it's a lot harder to control people that way. But when people are scattered, fighting among each other, well, that's when the management can take advantage of individuals. And as I say this, I think that that's what our government does to us all the time. We have been separated in race, on sexual orientation, on religious beliefs. In my eyes, we are all created equal, so we all should get along. That is usually not the case, but that's what I hope for. That's what our government should be thriving for, not to divide us. Here's my thing. You have to see the bigger picture. You have to put yourself 10,000 feet above, even 20,000 feet above, sometimes 100,000 feet above, and see. When you look down and you consider what is down from that distance, all you see is little ants moving along. That's all you see. I think that's the way our government see us, as little working ants. And they need to have us fighting against each other. Because if we get united, then we really see what the problem really is. It's not us. We are not the problem. We get up every day. We go to work every day. We take care of our duties every day. We do the right thing, the majority of people do, every day. And yet, our government continues to pass laws, legislations against what they call law-abiding citizens. Why? Well, because they don't want you to be together. The ratio, and this is true, you can do your research if you don't believe me, but the ratio between black people and white people going to jail is disproportional. It is a fact. Why? I ask. Why is like that? I really don't think that one group is committing more crimes than the other. What I do think is our system is rigged against one group. That I do think. We have been divided in such a way that now it's ingrained in our society. We see two political parties. You're either one or you are the other. You cannot be a free thinker, because if you're right here in the middle, they're both going to attack you. Reality. That's their reality. Here's the thing, everyone. And I want you to consider this. Why do you let those in power shake you off? And then once they shake you and they put you into that mindset, all you do is look around to see who you're going to pick a fight with. It happens all the time. We experienced that for 2 years. Family fought against family. People could not see their loved ones. They were fighting against each other. Fighting. Now, people are calling for, forgive me, I was not correct. The damage was done now. You can forgive, but I guarantee you, nobody will forget. It's a hard pill to swallow, to tell you the truth, because you saw the wrong. And when you see a wrong, it's really hard to forget. It's easy to forgive, but it's really hard to forget, because deep down inside of you, you know that when those folks get riled up again and they get shaken up, because they are in a little yard, and every time that those in power go like this and shake that yard, they're going to look at you and tell you flat out in your face, this is your fault. I didn't do anything. I'm living my life. Live and let others live. That's the American way. That should be everybody should thrive to be that way. Live and live, let others live. That's it. But no. Your government does not want you to do that. It does not want you to do that simply enough because divided, you're not strong. We are not strong. We're not, plain and simple. So they put us against each other with the purpose of, well, if they are against each other, they're not going to be shining any light on me. My faults or my flaws are not going to come to the light. And I don't want that coming to the light. So I'm going to continue doing all of this to the entirety of the world, because now it's worldwide. And screw everything else. My advice to everyone is to follow the money. Usually following the money, you get a pretty good idea who is up here, who is moving the strings, who are the puppeteers, who are the puppets. And I am here to tell you that unfortunately, I would say the great majority of the people are puppets. Unfortunately, only individuals have their own thoughts, and they can sit down calmly and get all of that information in and see for themselves. My God, I am being screwed. I'm not gonna let this happen. The great majority of people don't even realize it when it's being done to them. They're being twisted in a way, and they're being manipulated in a way that they don't even know that is being done to them. Truthfully, nowadays, you believe a liar more than what you believe somebody telling you the truth, because they repeat the same lie over and over and over and over so many times that it becomes true. Or at least it becomes the truth that they choose to believe. The truth is always going to be the truth no matter what. Even if you are being called a liar for saying the truth, you know you are telling the truth, but that truth is being twisted in so many ways that you are now being made look like a liar. That's how preppers are being seen in the entire world. Things are changing. I would say that they are changing. People are realizing the truth. The preppers are not crazy people. Preppers are not those people with a little weird hat on. No, we are normal people who have seen the light. We are normal people who wants to share what we are seeing. And we are normal people that we hope for everybody to wake up. That way they won't go through hardships. With that being said, I hope you have a great one. Think about what I just tell you. Let me know in the comment section below what you see, who you think is pulling the strings, because, man, they're getting bolder and bolder by the day. Again, I hope you have a great one. Like always, rock on, prep on, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.